We are back with Module 2, Case 1, beginning with Task 17. For Task 17, it wants us to create a contract table in Design View. So we'll be creating a table. Since I already had a contract table and did not have any conflicts in the database, I renamed mine. So that one underscore is my test item or example item that already exists. And I'll make sure, because I'm only going to be covering the functions, and you'll be taking the time to enter the data. Um, that way I'll be able to show you what the data looks like when it's complete. Okay. So in order to start a new table, we're going to go to the Create tab, Table. And remember I said that the SAM items will have keywords associated with them. So we're going to do Create Table, Design. And from our table design, what field names? They want us to add the contract ID field, student ID field. I'm going to open this in the other contract. Let's see. We're adding auto tutor field. So these are the fields and the properties that's going to be added. So I'm going to go ahead so you can see these features. Design view. Take a closer look. Oh, that's why I had minimized my ribbon to take a closer look. So ensure when you get to the end of entering the data that you have reviewed not only the field names, you have contract ID as our primary key. They also introduced us to foreign keys that were set. And that entering the data, set primary key, save contract table. I'm just making sure that all of the fields that are listed are covered as well as the properties. All right. And it looks like they are. Go back to the next item. Task 20 says import data. So we have another import data that we need to do. So we're going to go to external data tab. My computer's glitching. And then new data from file, Excel. And it should be close to the location. So we have navigate to support AC agreements. So support AC2 agreements here. Select it. In the bottom half of the screen, select append. Once append is selected, make sure we have the right table. Append a copy of the records of the table. Select contract from the drop-down list and click OK. Okay, it's telling me my table is open. It must be closed, so it does. So I'll have to cancel this. Okay, go back. External data from file Excel. Make sure this is from our data files. Open. We're going to append. And again, click drop down as the target table. And then click OK. The contract is my target table. Select OK. So once you select OK, you'll see the import that's taken place. First row contains column headings. It's checked. It may be dimmed and click next. So it is dimmed out or checked or selected. So we're going to click next. All right. Now we finish and close so that data import is actually complete. I'm not going to finish because again, I already have a table that has existing correct data and I don't want to corrupt it. So to finish this task, you'll click finish and I'm going to cancel. Step 21 wants you to add additional items or 2 more records to the contract table. So you're just going to open the contract table. Remember, this is our record count. So you'll start with a new record and then type in the information that's required to be typed in. So for step 21, they provide you answers, which is going to be, I'll do a search for the items that are going to be entered. 42, 15. Uh-oh. So 4215, and the data is provided to you to type in along with the field size and properties. And 4350 is the other number entered. They want us to resize, and this is step 22 is the resize and save contract table. So we're wanting to select all of our fields for best fit. So again, I'm going to select the item here to select the whole table and select here. Also can be done in your table fields. I think let's do one under the I'm sorry, I lost it. Give me a second. Okay, I was able to find the feature again with my ribbon being larger and my screen being smaller. It just sometimes gets lost in the sauce. Here, if you go to your home tab and your records group, click down here and then go to your field width. So we're doing the resizing. This is still task 22. We're doing the resizing of the contract table. Notice here, you can double click each column or from that home tab, from that group, you click more and the column width can also be best fit from there. So again, on your home tab and your records group, you'll have a drop down list where you can update your field width along with other things. And they're asking us to do auto fit or best fit. So you'll select best fit. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now define relationships. We're going to find table relationships. So we want to make sure that we open the relationships information. We're going to go to the database tools and relationships button. Alrighty, it gave me my tables. I am going to expand them when I get my mouse to work. So So on the student table, we're in the relationships design tab and we selected relationships. So we have one table that is not there. The contract table is not there. So we need to add table. Add table. That comes up as my option on the side. And then contract is not there and add selected tables. What you see here is the relationships that you'll be creating. Let me see if I can. So for open relationship windows. So make sure that when you open the window, if it's not wide enough to see, that you have taken the time to make it wide enough to see, and that you have all your tables available to be able to make changes with those items. So we have database relationships. We've shown the tables. We've dragged the tables wide enough to be seen. What we're going to do now is create a student contract relationship. This is going to be a one-to-many relationship. So select student ID, and it says drag student ID. So we're going to drag student ID from the student table into the contract table. The relationship already exists because it's already there for me, and that's fine. Do I want to create a new relationship? I'll say so here. And one other thing for those of you that are visual like myself, as I create relationships, I like to be able to kind of identify and see those. So when we added the contract table and it was kind of a little bit out of sight, this is larger, but again, I'm working with my mouse sensitive, okay? Make sure that when your relationships, okay, so I'm going to have to clear this one to be able to create it. So when the relationship is created, you'll get a pop-up menu that looks like this. You have the table where the information is originating from, where the information is going to, and you'll select the either and for the items from the checklist, you'll have the ability to check and determine and understand what the join type means, or to create new relationships. So how did I get there? Once you get there, once you create a new relationship, let me try to create a different relationship. Um, tutor ID. Okay, let me do tutor ID. Let's do tutor ID to tutor ID. To create a new relationship, click no. So when you go to create relationships, this is what you'll see. The table of query you're selecting from, what is it going to be related to? How is it going to be related? So that information will be in your chat. I mean, in your assignments, I'm sorry. To direct you as to what type of relationships to complete or what type of relationships to create here. So that was step 22. And step 23, because that's where we defined our relationships and set our referential integrity for the ones that are selected. So the relationships that we have here, let's see, we're seeing all relationships. And the last item that you'll be taking care of is saving the relationships. Do I want to save the changes of the layout? You'll say yes. Compact and repair and close. So remember, we want to ensure all of our tables are closed. File, options. So you're doing file, info, compact and repair. Again, mine may be different, yours won't be, and you're finished.